Hey guys, what's up? Inksmith back again, and today I am just right on the point of having finished listening to a 2-hour video by the return of Creepshow art. If you don't know about the whole Creepshow art fiasco, I don't think I even want to do a synopsis, but I'll do just a very small one. There was someone in the art community known as Creepshow Art who pretty much harassed and stalked another person in the art community known as Emily Artful. And pretty much Emily got sick of it, wanted to be left alone, had started a family, and outed Creepshow Art because she was tired of the harassment. And she had every right to do so. And I'm glad she cleared her name and pretty much showed us who Creepshow Art was. I personally was never a big fan of Creepshow Art. I listened to a couple of her videos. I never subscribed because I started to already notice contradictions in her videos from the first couple I listened to. I thought, oh, I thought she said this in the other video, and I thought she said this in the other video. Well, it turns out all those contradictions happened because she's always been a liar. I mean, I think anybody can put that together now if they go back and listen to anything. After 6 months of her not making a video to reply to what Emily accused her of, which was everything from cyber stalking to harassment to her and her boyfriend, and I mean Shannon and her boyfriend, literally going after this poor girl every chance they got, from getting her fired from jobs to calling her employer to talking to people who live near her, just everything they could possibly do to ruin this poor girl's life and, even put her family in danger and her life in danger. It's crazy. After 6 months, she finally comes back, and that's very convenient that, your monetization will end after 6 months of not making a video. So, wow, what a surprise that she comes back right then and right after the dislike button is taken off of YouTube. Not suspicious at all, right? Let's go through 10 things showing why everybody knows Creepshow Art has always been the liar that Emily showed us she was. Number one, she starts the video by showing supposed legal papers. And these legal papers that she shows at the beginning are like the equivalent to, like, I rip a page out of my high school notebook and write, "My lawyer says you are bad," and hand it to my friend and say, "Look, I went to a lawyer." These are just like so goofy looking. You could get these off of any internet website. You could just type a bunch of stuff yourself. You could copy and paste from Wikipedia, a legal website. And then she says, "I've been through the criminal court system with my lawyer and accused Emily of slandering me and come out the other side." But what does that mean? She says that phrase. She says, I've talked to a lawyer and gone through the court system and filed slander allegations against Emily and come out the other side. What does that mean? She doesn't show us like any result of that. Did she actually take her to court? Is there, some kind of court filing? Does she have any evidence that she filed anything? You can say you did that, but most people have to show actual proof. There's, no other person out there backing her up saying like, "Oh, I was with her when that happened," or, "Hi, I represent Creepshow Art, Shannon. I'm her lawyer. Here's her documents on Twitter." Like, there's just nothing. It's just her literally saying that sentence and showing us some screenshot that, like I said, it's the equivalent to me writing, "My lawyer say you bad," on a piece of paper. Number two, the worst part of it is it says, "To everyone who's stuck with me and told me that you love me and that you don't even care if I actually did this, you're still going to be my fan. Screw you. You were never really my fan to begin with, because the fact that you even believe I would do something so horrible shows me you're not a real fan." And it's just like, honestly, you could pretty much be really thankful to anybody who's stuck with you through this. You're looking pretty bad right about now. And the fact that you have people that loyal that they would stick with you through all this garbage that you did is incredible. Like, those people will be with you till the end of time, and you should be thankful you have people like that in your life that are that loyal, because you've never been that loyal to anyone, it seems like, after learning all about this. Incredible that you would do that. Yeah, to all of you who've been loyal, get under the bus, because that's where I'm throwing you. Number 3, she goes on a rant about everything Emily did wrong. And everything Emily ever did wrong to her. And these things that she points out are like the most petty garbage that happened back when they were like 13 and 14 years old. It's the equivalent to like one time Emily left her house and she forgot to turn the lights off and she ate my last yogurt cup and she brought a Lunchable and she didn't share a Lunchable with me in elementary school. It's the most pathetic evidence of someone's bad behavior I've ever seen. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that's so petty that you complaining about it makes you look bad. On top of it, like, it's just this whole long hit piece made on Emily that, never does anything to redeem Creepshow, and never does anything to say, maybe I made a few mistakes, Shannon here, I might have made a few mistakes, but here's where Emily kind of messed up too. It's just all Emily did bad stuff nonstop. And even when Emily Artful made her video, she paused at multiple points to be like, yeah, I know I wasn't perfect in this situation. I did this and this. I know I messed this up. I could have acted more mature. I did this and this. There's no point where Shannon ever does anything like that. She never humbles herself. She never says, I handled this poorly. I shouldn't have gotten so angry or gone into a rage. She just rants and raves like a mad woman through all this stuff. Fourth, she speed scroll through a list of screenshots longer than the whole of Wikipedia. And like, I mean, you would have to be like an AI to be able to read all these things that she speeds through at like nonstop of all these screenshots that have like no backup, no proof, no timestamps, just, stuff she apparently clicked off the internet, could have made up herself, could have had the screenshots doctored. You don't even see them long enough to figure out what the heck you're even looking at. Like, sometimes I didn't even know what website she was referring to because I couldn't figure out the entire form of the letter in the text. Was it a DM? Was it an SMS? Was it on her phone? Was this Twitter DMs? Like, what am I even looking at? It's just like, she did this and then she said this and once again, it's all when she was like 13 or 14 years old. How many of us said stupid stuff back then? Really? The stuff that Emily was talking about was when they were both grown adults, and it even got into her family life now as a grown woman and a mother of 2 kids. And it makes sense that she would be very upset about this because it deals with more than just her life. It gets into her family life too. She didn't go back to kindergarten and say, Shannon stole my Pikachu eraser. I let her borrow it one time and she didn't return it to me. Worst person ever. Number 5, completely ignores anything else that got talked about by other creators. Ready to Glare's stuff that Ready to Glare dealt with, as far as Shannon talking mad trash about her on locale, threw Tipster under the bus for just trying to have her on and have an interview, just said, you're a piece of garbage, I hate you, you should call yourself second class news, and even Keemstar's better than you. It was disgusting. Like, you're just like, well, this dude like reached out to you for an interview and you just shot him down, and now you're even trampling him even more because you didn't like how he reported about that. Like, come on. Any staff, any colleagues, any peers that talked about their time with her, she just threw them all under the bus, disregarded anything they had to say, didn't try to defend anything they said, didn't take any acknowledgement of anything she had ever done or was accused of doing, or, I mean, ignores just everything. Number 6, getting back to the locale thing. Okay, so when this really got busted out, when she really got pushed out into the public as talking mad trash about everyone that she knows on the internet, was when the website Locale got completely sick of her pretending to be other accounts and talking trash on all these other content creators and constantly promoting herself. The number 1 rule on that website is that you can't make fake accounts and keep posting stuff about your website to get people to click on it and give it views. And she was doing that so much that they eventually had to start recording her IP address and sent everyone the documents showing how much she did it. And it even says on their website that, like, if you abuse this to the maximum amount. We're going to expose you and let everybody know what you've been doing. That's our only policy. Just don't break that rule and you'll never be exposed. Well, she pushed it to the point of having herself exposed. She doesn't talk about any of that, completely ignores it, doesn't cover any of it, doesn't back herself up, doesn't try to get any kind of redeeming qualities out of it. Number 7, probably the most important thing. Maybe I should have put this last, but she just never says sorry. There's not a single sorry in this whole video. There's not one point where she stops and says, no matter what, I want to just say sorry to you guys that I don't know, didn't make a video for 6 months, didn't reply right away, didn't let you know what was going on in my life, didn't ever try to redeem myself, didn't ever try to talk to Emily, didn't ever try to go through an interview, told people not to talk to me. No sorries, none. Number 8, whatever happened to her saying she got hacked? I don't know if you guys remember this, but most of these tweets and videos got taken down, but I remember a video, I can't pinpoint it, maybe it was just a tweet, but I remember her saying I got hacked and this is going to be investigated, and that's why my account supposedly did all this stuff on Locale. It wasn't me, it was someone who's been my stalker, and she hacked my account and put all this stuff up. What happened to that investigation? Were you hacked or were you not? Or was that another lie? Or now I guess we're just going to forget that lie and try and replace it with other lies? Number 9, 0 self-awareness, no self-reflection. Guys, when most people get canceled on YouTube, one of the main things they do is if they do take 6 months off like this, they go on kind of a sabbatical. They heal themselves. They self-reflect. They look at themselves and think, how can I come back to YouTube and show everyone I've become a much better person? Maybe I can meditate. Maybe I can exercise. Maybe I can really do a full analysis of what exactly I've gone through and the person I've affected has gone through. And I can come back to this, admit my faults, and become a better person. That's the only redemption arc I can do at this point. I've screwed everything else up. There's just none of that. That's completely skipped. There's nothing like that in this video. There's no me getting better. There's just narcissism. I don't know how else to say it other than, a shining example of 100% narcissism. This is literally the definition of narcissism should be watch this video to watch it in action. Last but not least, 10. Her video notes. Oh my God, guys. These video notes, dude. Let me just read this. I just got to read it verbatim. I'm not going to go through every single note here, but in her notes, it says, I want to thank my legal team, family, and no one else, because you people couldn't even scroll down on an Instagram page to fact check her. You really said, no evidence? That's fine. It's not like she's accusing people of felonies that could ruin their lives. Her own YouTube channel debunks all of her claims. She said she was so scared to post about her location online during a time when she was actively vlogging around her city, saying where she was living and more. But, per usual, I will do all the heavy lifting because you guys are too lazy. Wow. You got us all on your side now. Why? Oh my God. Shannon, you are the Jussie Smollett of YouTube. Everybody figured you out. Everybody knows you're lying. Everybody called you out. Everybody investigated everything. You were found on so many different websites by so many different creators, and yet you continue to lie. And that one word that can never come out of your life and your mouth is sorry. Sorry. I could go on a rant after I did these top 10 about how now it's time to humble yourself. If you ever really did want to come back, probably people would accept you if you would just break down for a second, analyze what happened here, and realize you made mistakes and you got to work on yourself. We all do. We all got to work on ourselves. None of us are perfect. People have fallen from grace before. For example, Trisha Paytas, this lady, I've never seen someone make so many mistakes, analyze herself, change her point of view, come back again, and keep going because she, at least, no matter how crazy she gets, she has the humbleness to say she's sorry when she's done something that's a little hysterical. Not Shannon. There is no sorry. I don't know if it's part of her vocabulary. Incredible. Well, she ends the video pretty much by cursing everyone out and saying, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. And also, I'm done, as angrily as she can. And honestly, I guess my last words to her is, Shannon, I really do hope you are done. Guys, I hope that wasn't too much of a rant for you. I hope you enjoyed this top 10 video. If you did, think about liking and subscribing if you liked my commentary here on this subject today. Until next time, I've been Inksmith. Have a great rest of the day.